Welcome to the Pit Life Barbecue Podcast. Join us around the pit as we talk all things barbecue. Now here is your host, Johnny Maggs.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Pit Life Barbecue Podcast, episode 406, coming to you live from the Uncle Steve's Shake Studios in Center Bonsted, New Hampshire. It's the podcast where we talk barbecue and a lot of other topics that you normally talk around the pit. Oh, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. We're trying something new because you know how well versed in technology I am. They added another little button on the side here called widgets, and apparently I can do what the hell is this? A poll. So we got a little poll going, just easy, fat side up, fat side down. I don't know how the hell it works. I just threw it up there to play beforehand, but we'll see what's on. Tom, on time? Yeah, I guess it is. I guess somewhat is. But like I said, thank you all for tuning in. So let's get into it. Tonight's episode brought to you by the one and only Uncle Steve Shake. Uncle Steve, what can I say? He's everyone's favorite uncle, a true gentleman, and a true passion for barbecue seasonings. He wears all the hats. He is mixing the shake, bottling, labeling, packaging, shipping. He's answering the emails. He's answering the phones. He might contact you if he has a question with your order. Trying to figure out flavor profiles or how to use some of the shakes. Feel free. Send him an email. Give him a call. He'd love to have a conversation with you, steer you in the right direction of what you're trying to do. He prides himself on freshness. If you are to place an order right now, that order will be mixed. That's right, mixed. Not packaged, but mixed. Either tomorrow or Wednesday. And when it arrives on your doorstep, it is the freshest it can possibly be. Not sitting around on a shelf for months on end. Like you said, he prides in freshness, and the quality shows. The entire lineup, 19 amazing flavors. The original, the Gator Shake, the competition line, the Magic Ribs, which, folks, if you follow along at Uncle Steve's Shake Nation and on social media in general, that Magic Ribs keeps on hitting week in, week out. It's walking for some category because it's so versatile. You can use it on any of them. But check it out for yourself. Check it out on UncleStevesShake.com. Follow along on Facebook at Uncle Steve Shake Nation. Uncle Steve Shake, shake some on everything. Also brought to you by Joe's Meat Market, the diamond of Royce City, Texas. Gabriel and his crew do an amazing job day in, day out. The protein selection is incredible. Always the highest grades possible. You need a specific thickness cut, Gabriel's got you covered. Are you looking for something Gabriel might not carry on the regular? He'll work with you to get it in. Produce brought in fresh daily. For all us competition guys and backyarders, he's got us covered too. Multiple lines of seasoning, sauces, injections, marinades, the whole nine. Now including the Joe's Meat Market house line. Now an official retailer of Nomad Grills, Nomad Charcoal, Nomad Wood. Carry official dealer on all of them. So check that out. It's a crazy little grill, man. Very versatile, very portable. Check it out. And while you're there, feeling a little hungry, he's got you covered too. Gabriel's mom's behind the counter whipping up some of the freshest cuisine out there. So if you're ever in the Royce City area, swing by Joe's Meat Market and tell them I sent you. Remember, folks, Joe's Meat Market for the win. Also brought to you by the Champions Barbecue Alliance and Matt's Backyard Barbecue. The 2026 Road to Barbecue Greatness runs through New England this season and beyond. The New England Triple Crown is back for year 2 and bringing the next battle for the belt buckle with it. Introducing the 2026 Uncle Steve's Shake New England Triple Crown, sanctioned by the Champions Barbecue Alliance. 3 competitions, 3 states, 1 champion. This isn't a one-weekend win. It's a season-long battle for consistency and barbecue fire. If you want the crown, you got to run the gauntlet. 7 Maples Smoke Showdown in New Hampshire, Vines Vineyard in Rockingham, Vermont, and Camp Harkness Beachside Smoke Showdown in Connecticut. Show up and show out with your best chicken, ribs, pork, and brisket. Jackpots and unique opportunities, including Loaded Bloody Mary, Future of Q, and Women of Q events this year, is bound to be fire. Only one team will stand at the end, New England Triple Crown champion. Registrations are open. Step up and show out, powered by Uncle Steve's Shake. All righty. Let's see here. The chat was jumping. I believe Matt Pereira was the first in this evening, followed by Daddy Dutch. Tom's Food Factory, what's happening? Tom. Uncle Steve, there he is. But can't watch with the volume. I have kids with me. Oh, smart man. Who's this backline fabrication? I never heard of her. I don't know, but he's calling us losers, Trey. I don't know what the hell that one's problem is. Larry Vaughn, afternoon from South Jersey. See you in Blairstown, New Jersey. Only cooking on Sunday. All right, brother. Joe's Meat Market, there you are, Gabriel. Jen Lee, how are you, dear? Leprechaun TV, what's up, brother Lep? All right, guys and gals, let's get into it. This is going to be exciting. We got this can go all over the place, between North Texas, Texas in general, Mexico, the Philippines, little action going on, all types of things. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, from Vaqueros, Texas Barbecue, master and owner Trey Sanchez. What's up, Trey?
Oh, I'm just here after a long day. Glad to be here chatting with you.
Oh, man. Thank you for taking the... Ooh, I love that sound. Cheers, brother.
This is one of ours.
Yeah, nice. Now, who makes that for you?
Hop and Sting Brewery here in Grapevine. That's the brewery where we were at before we moved to the brick and mortar in Allen.
All right. Oh, Trey, I got to ask you a question. You got a coin with you? Let's flip it. Because another box popped up at the bottom of this screen.
Uh-oh.
And I don't know if we should let him right in, or I don't know. He looks like he's drinking a Corona.
Oh, I don't know then.
I think that right there makes it mean he's not. He's not. And there's the one finger wave. All right, let's just rip the Band-Aid off. And apparently our special co-host this evening is Mrs. Ryan Newland.
There he is.
Yeah.
Now the party started.
I just know the right questions to ask.
Hi, Ryan.
Uh-oh. Shit, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, you are.
All right. What's up, brother? Hey, nice hat.
Yeah, thanks. Hey,
is that the one I sent you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. All right. So Trey, for anybody who might not, know you, tell us a little bit about yourself. How and when did your barbecue journey start?
So mine isn't really the story of, growing up and cooking with dad in the backyard on Sundays for football games and family. It was, I moved back in with my dad. My parents divorced when I was like 7. I moved back with him at 16. When I moved in with him, he was doing full production catering. So from the jump, we were doing, we got 1,000 people tonight for Neiman Marcus Son. Let's fucking go. And we're loading production trucks and catering trucks, and it's one crew doing everything. So I got thrown right into the fire from the beginning, and it was always a very kind of a showy style. We were doing, this was in 87, by the way. I was 16, but we were doing big things like gunfights and stuff prior to service. We would show up dressed like 1880s gunfighters, and we were bringing out Western towns and all kinds of shit. I mean, we're putting on the whole show. And then we would end it, and the shotgun blasts our dinner bell, and then we would all serve. All the guys that were doing the gunfight come over the serving line, and then I'm over there dressed like a damn bandito over there slicing barbecue on the block, and we're doing the whole thing, and it was cool. I mean, there's I'd never seen anything like it. Definitely wasn't anything like it then. I still hadn't seen anything quite like it even to date. It's a little bit.
Yeah, but that's it. That's interesting. That whole like dinner theater type thing, but Western and barbecue really. Oh, that sounds like it was a time.
Yeah, and that's kind of how he started. He did the cook-offs and stuff like in the late 70s, right? He was in that circuit for only really about a year or so. But he wasn't out there having fun and drinking beer. He was running kind of a tight ship, and all the other teams are out there drinking and having fun, and he's looking at it as work. So he really did it with the intent of starting a catering and production company. So he would show up, he'd roll up with all this fucking Western towns and everybody all in the gunfightered out and putting on all these shows, and people are thinking this guy's all show. And then he'd piss them all off because he'd win all the meat categories too. So he'd just take home everything. And then did that, like I said, for about a year before he started his business, and that was the catering and production. And when we shut down that restaurant, we opened his restaurant in 89, shut that down in 99, and he started focusing more on the production side as opposed to the restaurant side. Mm-hmm. And he would still do catering. He would call me in, call my friend Don in, and so we always still kept doing it. And then I started Vaqueros in 2018. So that's the quick version.
Sweet. But yeah, so in the middle of all that and opening Vaqueros in 18, there was something called the Silverado Ranch.
Yeah, that's my dad's business.
That was that whole thing in a nutshell. So it wasn't, or
yeah, he so that's what he's named. He named the catering or the production business Colorado Ranch. So that's the entertainment business. So he's still and he's taking stuff all over the country. He's got he started doing these artificial hay bales, and those things were going everywhere because you can't bring that stuff into these ballrooms. He's got those hay bales in Elvis's stables in Graceland. He sold them to Disney. He's taking mechanical bulls all over the nation, and he's doing the production everywhere. And we'll still partner up for some events. We've got a big catering job where it's a big out of town or corporate group that's coming in, and they want to really amp up the Texas experience beyond barbecue. We can bring in mechanical bulls, mechanical armadillos, we can bring it, anything and everything associated with a special event. We can handle it, and I'll call him in, and we'll still team up on stuff.
Okay.
And it's all a party when he's involved in it too.
Does he still make you wear that burlesque dress?
They've got to pay
the black one.
That that one's special. Yeah, that's
want to make sure.
Yeah. I'll send you a picture later.
I already have it. I was gonna ask Johnny Maggs if he wants to share it with everybody.
Yeah, share it. Find it. I want to see. I don't remember.
Well, Trey, I was just about to say that if your dad was ever short a call girl, just sign this one up there, put a little lipstick on the pig, and send them out there. he'll do a
Funny
little
when you point
cha-cha.
that way. That's where Trey is. I'm over here.
No, you're not on my screen. You're right there, son.
Yeah, no, you were pointing the right direction because there's Trey right there.
You're right there as you're sipping your Corona. You want an umbrella with that, sissy boy?
Okay, enjoy your water there, fucking Slick Rick.
Hey, got to do what I got to do, brother. Just remember, I can mute you at any point.
Ooh, that's true.
That's
I'll
right.
get Daddy Dutch to go in there and unmute me.
He can do that too, actually.
See, I know.
All right. So, I don't even know where to start. You've done you do a lot of classes in festivals, and I know that I don't know how recent, but within the last couple weeks, can you tell us a little bit about the Troubadour?
Yeah, Troubadour is the one festival that we always do. We've done every one of them, and I think Chase just puts on such a good festival, and he really takes care of us. And I mean, all the guys out there love Chase, and it's just a really well-run, well-organized festival. It's a lot of fun. We have a blast. So the most recent one was in Bryan. They just moved it from College Station to the city of Bryan, and it's always a damn good time. They've got I think this one they had 30 different joints out there, and then they do the music side of it. But it's always fun. I had my buddy Luis from Jerry's Barbecue in Saltillo join me this go around. He was there the last time. This is the first one that my friend Viteri from Monterrey didn't make it. He had a bunch of events going on. He wasn't able to make it, but he usually gets out there. So we always have some fun guests. My buddy Willie T from Houston came out and joined us, and I've had my friends from Guadalajara join us several times, Pepe and Diego, and it's just for us. While it's a lot of work, it's a chance for us just to hang out with the guys that we don't really get to hang out with very much, and it's a little bit of a reset in a way. You always come back a little more inspired by being around all these guys and just having a good time.
Hey, is that dude from Monterrey? Is that dude from Monterey? Is he the one that came to your reveal party with that big old salsa thing?
Yeah. Viteri. And that dude's a badass. He's very, very talented.
That's some good salsa you made. That's for damn sure.
And he can throw salsa down like nobody. He's very good. He does a cooking show on Televisa called Gente Regia. So he's on TV every Tuesday, and it's they've got the chicks dancing and then the clown and all the shit going on, and it's a trip. But yeah, he's cool. Yeah. So yeah, Troubadour,
dancing.
If you haven't been to Troubadour, that's definitely one that you need to make it to. There had a couple of guys came in the restaurant today, and they were from Vancouver. And they're just here in the area or here in Texas doing a food tour. And they were asking me about Troubadour, and they said, their next trip, they're going to plan it around that festival.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
So, yeah, we've done quite a few different festivals, but Troubadour's the local Texas one that we're always going to say yes to.
I hear that. No, there's those ones that just... they embed themselves into your soul. So you just need hell or high water. You're going to be there each and every year. We all have the same ones. I know, Ryan, you got, what's it? The Weenie Dog.
The furry event.
You're always there.
That one too.
The furry events and all that.
He's got a new tail.
Stuff.
It's crazy.
Oh, here we go.
Doing another one here in May that I'm really excited about. So it's called the Humo y Parrilla Fest in Leon, and I was asked about doing it here pretty recently, and I'd heard about it and seen the festival. This is the third year of it, but I didn't realize that Alejandro, the guy that runs the festival, I didn't realize that was his festival. I first met him in Guadalajara in 2021, I think, was the first time I taught a class in Guadalajara. And he came out from Leon to that class, and I'd met him there and been wanting to get to Leon ever since. And he had asked me to do this festival coming up in May. And And it looks like a really, really cool festival. There's about 7,000 people over a couple of days in May, and they've got different zones. So they've got like the Argentinian zone where all the Argentinian live fire guys are going to be doing their style. They've got the Zona Regia or whatever, where all the northern Mexican guys are doing cabrito and the carne asada. And then they've got the Zona Tejana where we're going to be doing Texas style barbecue. And they've got luchas and all kinds of shit going on. It just looks like a hell of a lot of fun. So we'll be doing that one in May.
Oh, that's cool. That sounds like a good time. KC, what's happening?
Is that the beginning of May, like around Cinco de Mayo, May, or?
Yeah, it's the 2nd and 3rd. So I'll stay through I think we leave on the 5th.
So you'll be spending your birthday there.
Yeah. So I'll at least be able to do the pre thing. I'll be flying home on the birthday, but I've got a bunch of friends from Guadalajara and some guys, but a group of people that were going to come out specifically for that. So they say, yeah, we're going to come party with you. So it should be a damn good time. Really looking forward to that one. So my grandmother was from Leon, and I've only been there once. I really don't know the city, so it's going to be a good way to get out there and do something there. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that one.
Oh, that's cool. Chef Johnny, what's happening? KKC. There he goes. He was thinking he needed to go to Vaqueros again soon. Here's my sign. Attaboy.
Yeah, we're going to get him some of the carnitas that we're doing here lately. I've changed them up slightly. They've just gotten better since you last had them, Kenneth.
All right. You're saying, the classes and everything. How did it go to get doing classes and festivals outside of the country? You do a lot in Mexico. You've done classes in the Philippines. Where else that I don't know you've been doing, classes and stuff.
Social media is wild. It's all connections through social media pretty much. The Guadalajara thing was funny because my wife this was in 2019. My wife was there doing, some dental related things, and I tagged along. So while she's in clinics, doing, work.
You're at the donkey show.
Yeah, I'm in the streets. So I'm going all around everywhere I can go. I'm in Tequila. I'm just seeing everything. I saw there's this Texas barbecue joint out there. It's like, I got to check this place out. So I went in. I'm bullshitting with the waiter a little bit, and he's like, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me go get the owner. So then he goes get, the owner, and he comes over and he's talking. It's like, you know what? Let me go get my son. My son runs the place. Let me go get my son. So we're all just kind of bullshitting, and I'm telling him, hey, I'm here for a few days. I got nothing to do. My wife's doing this, and I can come on, do something with y'all if you want, and come and work with you or just whatever. I'm here. So they're talking a little bit. Say, well, and I'd just gotten back from Tequila, so I'd already had a few out there, and got a little buzz working. And he said, well,
now you overpromised.
Yeah, he said, can you do something now? Yeah, I guess. So next thing I know, I'm in the fucking kitchen training the staff, and there's fucking videos and photographers and all kind of shit going on. It was kind of cool. It was weird. Turns out that was their 5th anniversary, and they had just finished up all of the celebration for their 5th anniversary. And now to cap off our 5th anniversary, we've got an invited Texas pitmaster here, and I was in the newspapers and shit. It was a trip. So, but yeah, we've become really, really good friends. I've got a lot of connections in Guadalajara now, and that's where I met Alejandro, who came to that class, or the second class, because that was 2019. So the class for the 5th anniversary was or the 7th anniversary was 2021. That's where I taught. And then I went back here a couple of years ago with a chef friend of mine here in Dallas, Misty Norris, who's a total badass. And we did a special menu for Waba's anniversary. And then we did another plated dinner, or like a 5-course dinner, ticketed dinner at another buddy's restaurant out there. And it's always a good time out there. But yeah, just meeting, so that's how that one went down. The Monterrey or the Guadalajara thing. No, the Monterrey thing came down at Troubadour, where we met Luis, and that was the Monterrey Barbecue Festival. And then I met a lot of people out there. And if y'all haven't seen the actual barbecue scene in Monterrey, it's really impressive. There's a lot of guys out there that are doing some really good stuff. And I met a lot of those guys out there when we did the 2 years of the Monterrey Barbecue Festival. So yeah, just the Philippines thing was total social media thing. Some people saw me online and I was going to the Philippines. Next thing I know, I'm teaching a class and people from flying in from different parts of the country for it. And it's just wild. Yeah. So.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy, but that is cool. And once again, it that brings home the point of the stuff that happens to us just through barbecue.
Yeah.
You can't explain it. You couldn't write half of it if you tried.
Very true.
It's just.
Yeah, it's a trip. It's how just meeting people from all walks, and even back from the late '80s over at my dad's restaurant, early '90s, meeting people that became lifelong friends and pretty much family. It all started through barbecues, one way or another. It's pretty strange.
Yeah, no, absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. And through barbecue is why this one's on the fucking screen, never would, and look at him. He does look somewhat normal. You never think he was originally from California. You know what I mean?
Well, shit, that's how Trey and I met. With the first time we met, didn't you just show up at my shop one time?
No, so
was it the reveal party?
I was telling this story the other day because we were driving back from Troubadour, and we drove through Rockdale at the old sites where Brett's used to be. And man, it was sad seeing that lot just empty because he had one of the coolest setups in barbecue. I thought it was just such a cool setup out there. But I had seen images that Brett posted from his first anniversary party of 3 pieces that you made him.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought badass pieces. So I was headed to Austin, and that's when I hit you up and wanted to see if I could come to the shop. And it was that day at the shop that we.
And I said, who's this crazy motherfucker with this big ass truck with these horns on it showing up at my shop? I'm like, this guy's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't fucking around. So we came. So we
I told my wife, I'm like,
3 pieces, and it was that day in your shop. It was that day in your shop that we designed the 3-in-1. We combined those 3 fucking pieces that I saw that Brett had into one fire table, and I still use that thing today. Talking about the Troubadour Festival, I've used it at all 11 of them, or 12, or however many there are. I use that at every outdoor event that we do. I bring that fire table. Now I ain't lugging it to Mexico.
People would kill to get that thing for the price you paid for it.
Yeah.
Back in the day,
yeah, when brisket wasn't quite as crazy as it was now either.
Yeah.
So let's elaborate a little bit on this 3-in-1. What are we talking here? Is it something like the multi-tool, Ryan, or not completely different stratosphere?
This is way before the multi-tool. Man, it's more like almost like a fire table, right, Trey?
Yeah,
I mean,
essentially
it's
a fire table. That's kind of what I was looking for. Because it's actually, when I got back from Guadalajara, I wanted to do birria, and I didn't really have time to mess around with it on the weekends or anything. But anyway, that's when I got that fire table is when I started doing it. And I remember you busted your ass to get it done and get it to me because it was running late because I had that event. So you had your son drive it out from Austin for me, which
I had my son drive down from Dallas to come pick it up and then drive it back to you to go take it.
That has never been forgotten. What a solid you did for me there.
And that little asshole charged me $200.
Of course he did. That's the son for you.
I was like, man.
But no, I still think, as badass as the pits that Ryan just built for me that are in Allen that are it has everyone in awe. That fucking fire table still may be my favorite piece of equipment. And part of that is because when I take it out and I'm cooking on it, I'm doing something a little different. It's just fun.
Man, I just texted you. I just texted you about that, a week ago or 2 weeks ago? I said, man, I can't believe you're still taking this thing to every event.
Every one of them.
And it's been years. And it's been, we touched it up once because we added the dick blocker, right?
No.
We didn't do the dick blocker?
We
did the rotisserie mount, though, I think.
The cock sweater.
Yeah, we did the rotisserie mount, though, right?
Yeah, we added that mount and then the wheels.
Oh, yeah, it needed wheels.
It needs fucking wheels. But I loaded that damn thing in that bag because I loaded it in that truck, in and out of the truck by myself. It's all about the leverage.
Yeah, that's too heavy though, like you said.
Yeah, it's heavy, but it's a badass piece of equipment, and again, I've gotten so much use out of that thing, and it's my favorite.
So to help answer that question, Mags, it's basically a table that has two sections in it where a grill comes off, so you can put a grill there. You can put a plancha on the other side, and if you wanted to, you could take the grill or plancha out and put a disco in there because it fits all of them. Cooper Abercrombie has one too.
Okay.
3-in-1, yeah. And then most of the times throughout those festivals, we're rolling double plancha because we're just cranking tacos.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, this was going to come up at some point, but Bucket, we'll do it now. No, don't worry. Don't worry. That the nurse there said that penicillin was going to take care of it, Ryan. Don't worry about it. You're good. You're good. Well, hey, it is what it is. You want to stick your, never mind. Anyway, this is a family show.
You know what's funny is back in the day when I was in high school, my stepdad used to always tell me, you got to drink Corona, put hair on your chest. I'm drinking probably 2,000 or so of these, and I still don't have any hair on my chest.
Dude, I just watched you drink it.
He lied.
I think
He lied.
Anyway, back to tacos. Back to tacos, and you've been son of a bitch. Trey, you've landed on the Texas Monthly 50 Best Tacos.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, that's, quite the accomplishment. But, in the barbecue world, okay, obviously tacos isn't, quote unquote, traditional with barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't go to a barbecue restaurant, I don't care, anywhere, pick a state, and not be able to get a taco of some sort. When did you think the line that crossed the line that a taco is hand in hand with barbecue also?
I don't know, man. Really, it's kind of weird to see the way that it's changed, because I mentioned my dad's restaurant that we had in East Dallas from 89 and 99. We were running over to Taqueria Pinocho in East Dallas and buying tacos all the time. That was our favorite spot. And then finally, it's like, you know what? Fuck it. Why are we going over there and buying shit? We got all the meat right here. Let's just make some salsas and bring some and do this. So we started selling brisket tacos in 89. Nobody bought them. He has a totally different memory of that. That people the big hot seller, but they weren't. We made them because we wanted them. We were tired of spending money over there. But we were doing them in 89 and everybody thought it was fucking weird. Nobody bought them. Same thing. I had a bunch of microbrews in there. They were microbrews then, not craft, and nobody bought that shit either. So, but now, I mean, you're right. Everybody's doing them, and it's just it's kind of funny to see how much it's changed, and some of them. I see a lot of them out there that seem maybe a little forced, I think. I've got some opinions on there. I was making a joke to someone earlier today about they were talking about barbecue sauce on them, and I told them, if any of my employees put barbecue sauce on that fucking taco, I'm going to fire them. I'm pretty particular on certain things, but I don't know. It's just... you can do anything you want with them. There's no limits really, I guess. So maybe I shouldn't be such a snob, but I'm very particular in how I want to do them. And I always say that I really think that element of smoke enhances them, takes them up another notch.
Mm-hmm.
So the way we do ours is we're going to start all of our meats off with traditional Texas style smoke, but then we're going to take them and finish them more regional Mexican and stay true to that traditional style that taco is. So we do a smoked carnitas, we do a smoked suadero, and we do them pretty traditional in the way we finish them. They're all starting off smoked and then they're finished more traditional. So, but then we do a ton of specials too. We'll throw a bunch of different stuff out there. The one that landed on the Texas Monthly list, I had just gotten back from Guadalajara and I'd heard about this taco Tlaquepaque. I was like, what the fuck is it, Tlaquepaque? Because I was just in Tlaquepaque, the town in Jalisco. So I was looking for it. And I found a place that had them, a little gas station in Arlington or Grand Prairie, one of the two. And so I went and tried them. I took one bite and I instantly remembered that flavor. It's the tacos from Monterrey, not from Tlaquepaque, Jalisco. They don't even know what the taco is in Tlaquepaque. But I remember that taste as a kid. My grandmother used to make that for my grandfather, or at least I remembered it. I just never knew the name. So I decided that week on Thursday, we used to do a Taco Thursday at the brewery, that I was going to make them. And Jose Relat, the taco editor of Texas Monthly, came out that Thursday and he tried it. 4 years later was when he compiled that list, and that taco is the one that made the Texas Monthly top 50 taco list. And it's just kind of wild how that happened. But we do a bunch of different ones. We do a taco de cochinada. I've done an al pastor. I loaned a live fire trompo to my buddy Dane that's doing al pastor tacos right now. But yeah, there's the tacos are limitless, and they're we're all smoking the classic Texas style, right? We're all doing brisket, we're all doing ribs, we're all doing sausage, we're all doing these things that add in those tacos and some different tacos and rotating specials just kind of allows us to be a little bit creative and to play around and do some different stuff, which is kind of cool. Because with me, I got to mix it up a little bit. I was an art major and an art teacher, and the artist in me I've got to stay creative and doing some different stuff, and tacos is a perfect outlet to do some of those special things and do the little things that are different. Here recently, we're taking a page out of my buddy Bill Dumas's book and doing some fun sausages and boudin here lately. I just did a mole boudin. We're about to do an enchilada boudin. We just did, Ryan and I were talking about pastrami a lot. We just did a pastrami sausage today that turned out really damn good. So we're just playing around.
Where'd you get that pastrami recipe from, Trey?
The 15-day was from you. Not the recipe, but the 15-day was from you. Because I was only going a week until I talked to Ryan. That's when I took it to 15 days. So, yeah, props to Ryan on that one.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, you can see his head getting bigger. 15
days, like Ryan told me, though, that it took it up a couple notches, though. That's no joke.
Nice,
I made the mistake of doing pastrami beef ribs like that. Do not do that.
No.
The beef ribs cut that down by like a third.
Yeah, I think that I don't really like the pastrami beef ribs, to be honest. I think that the beefiness of that beef rib just overpowers it, and the flavors of that pastrami are a little more subtle. I don't.
What's funny? What's funny is John Barton and I. He got an invite to the Barbecue World Championship thing. They do that every year. We were up in Arlington, where were we? I think it was Arlington, and we had to go compete. And we did. I injected the beef rib with the pastrami, and we did a pastrami beef rib. And Leanne Whippen and Mark Henry, and then some other guy from Chicago. They said it was the best pastrami they've ever eaten in their life.
Nice.
And we were like, what the fuck? Because that was the first time we ever injected. Because you only had, we couldn't do anything but on site. So we only had a 12-hour on-site injection. So you couldn't do a 15-day or a 10-day or a 7-day brine. It was 24-hour injected or 12 hours. And we were like, what the hell? So that's panned out.
Well, thank God.
It's probably because of the beefiness of that rib, That might have
No,
been
it was
Maybe.
it was because Barton was cooking it. It had nothing to
No,
do with you.
I did. No, he did the regular beef rib. I did the pastrami beef rib.
Mm-hmm.
You can ask him. But anyway, it was good.
But
Back to the pastrami.
all right, Big Rome, what's happening, brother? Gator, what's going on? Trey Sanchez, what's up, brother? Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, that was a great segue, Trey, into the sausage. Now, like you were saying, the pastrami sounds good. You know,
Is
tell me
sausage
about.
something you're going to put on your menu? Are you going to start actually doing your homemade sausage at the restaurant,
Well,
or
we do two daily, but it's nice to be able to rotate some specials in there, and that's there's a
but
lot
your
of
two daily is what, like a regular and then a
we do a
jalapeno cheese or
chipotle
whatever?
cheddar, and a hot link. And I've always been partial to hot links. I remember as a kid, even going into them 7-Eleven, seeing those bright ass red hot links, and for some reason I've just always liked hot links, and
The
so
roller dog, baby. It's the roller
Yeah,
dog.
baby.
it was hot link was a no brainer, man. There's nothing more Texas to me than hot link. So that was a must. And then the everybody's got a jalapeno cheddar. Just did a little different with the chipotle in there, and that one's a pretty damn good one. So those are our two dailies.
Yeah. Now you've done a birria sausage and one that caught my attention, a tamale sausage.
Yeah, that one's pretty damn
How
good.
does the tamale sausage work?
So what I found real
you got
quick,
the masa mixed in, or
no, it fucks up the texture when you do that. So basically, you got to cook your masa and then chill it, and then you cube it, and those cubes of masa are what we fold into it. Once everything's ground, then we'll fold in the cubes of masa. And I would, if you saw the pictures of it, I hadn't done it in a while, but I was just talking about doing that one here recently too, to bring it back as a special. But that one was a favorite for sure. But yeah, we would even serve it on a corn husk, and just it's all the presentation part of it.
cool.
Yeah,
Cool. That's awesome.
One.
Now,
The birria started. I'll tell you this on the birria though, and this was a lot of this stuff is really just to utilize. Is with the fucking meat being as expensive it is, we're doing everything that we can to utilize all of it. And with our birria, we do a very, very different one, because I wasn't looking to do, or I was looking to do a traditional birria, but it was at the end of service one day that I was just making up that quesadilla style for the crew, and a lady asked me, "Hey, what are those?" And I was telling her about what I was planning on doing, what those were.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hell yeah, they're for sale. How many you want? So she bought them, people behind her bought them, and that just kind of took off. But after that first day, I decided to do the traditional consomme. And when I made those tacos, I was using the brisket right off the block. So we're not pulling the brisket or the meat out of that consomme, that stewed meat, and chopping it up and serving that in our tacos. We're using brisket. So that meat that was in the consomme, we were just throwing that shit out. And I was like, fuck, this is too much meat to just be throwing out. So I ended up turning that into sausage. So we're using the meat that's in the consomme combined with all this other stuff, and then made our birria sausage. And then we're talking about doing that again, because just today I mentioned it, because we made a batch of consomme and they got all that meat put aside. It's like, that's a lot of fucking meat to be throwing out. So you know what? Save that shit. We're gonna make some sausage. So.
No, and like I said, it was funny because literally it's in the notes right. You want to read right there? Meat prices, dishes. Especially like you said now, and it's been the past bunch of years. It's always there's been ups and downs, but it's kind of hard that once some of these get up there, it's kind of hard for them to start kicking it back down.
Yeah,
price
even if they
wise,
could,
you know what I mean?
They're gonna pay it, so they ain't dropping the fucking prices for us.
Absolutely.
But anyway, yeah, so they're gonna keep them right where they are, so they can make their money.
No, 100%.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough, and it's only gonna get worse in the summer. I mean, the summer's coming, and the meat gets leaner, and the prices get higher, and it's just the summers are rough.
Yeah.
So yeah, when we use everything. I mean, we're doing tallow. We're filling our fryers for the tallow. We ain't throwing anything away. When they're trimming that brisket, nothing goes in the trash can, except for the fucking wrapper that it came
in. No, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. All right, now let's get to the brick and mortar now. Now, when did you open the brick and mortar?
January 30th of 25.
25. Okay. All right. So you just hit the year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then one of our listeners, Braden, he had a question of, let me see, where is it? My question, have you made it on the Texas Monthly Top 50 barbecue yet? Now, I think. Now, I think they gave you a little bit of line of fucking bullshit, didn't they? Of quote unquote
in 21 or whatever that list was.
Nice of you to poke the bear, fucking Mags.
I don't know what happened in that first that 2021 list or whatever, but I had a lot of friends that were telling me that they were embarrassed to be on there and we weren't on it. I don't know why we weren't on that one. I thought we belonged there, but I will at least say that Daniel Vaughn at least had the courtesy to come in and sit down and tell me his reasoning why we weren't on the most current one is because since we just opened that restaurant wasn't open for very long, that he was considering it to be new, so we weren't eligible for the list.
Oh.
So that's, but you got his reasons for the list. He's going to make it how he wants to. That's fine. I know what we're doing, and I'm confident in what we're doing. So, but those lists always help, man, because people pay attention to them. So
hell yeah.
I was definitely bummed. I busted my ass and I think I put in the work. I think we belong, but it ain't gonna stop me from doing. Just keep on plugging away.
No, absolutely. And like you said, those lists, they help. New York Times 20 best Texas barbecue restaurants.
Yeah.
Then you have this. You were up for the running on this little award they give out every year.
One.
In 2004, this I don't know, James Beard Award. They give it to a couple cooks, here and there.
Yeah, that one is the one that I'm probably the most proud of, and that really just kind of blew me away because that was nowhere on my fucking radar.
Did we just lose Trey?
Maybe.
I think he just froze up. We'll just give this a quick second.
You froze up a few times.
There we are. There we are. You froze up. All right. So take it back
all the good conversation
radar.
was about to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't on my radar at all, man. I grew up. I mean, I'm barbecue. That's what I know. I have an art background as well, and I approach food in a different way because I see things a little different from an artist's point of view, and it all just kind of relates. And I guess that is what got me there, and the fact that James Beard Foundation is now looking at barbecue a little bit differently than maybe in the past. That's cool that barbecue is allowed into that world because I never really felt part of that world. Right? I mean, I'm not a classically trained chef. I didn't go to culinary school. I forgot my first job at a little rib joint called Ribby's back in 1987, and was doing catering and events with my dad. And I know barbecue. And it was funny, as I'd mentioned earlier, bringing a chef friend of mine out to Guadalajara with me, Misty Norris, who I hold in very high regard. I'm in awe of what she does. I don't fucking understand half of what she does. It just impresses me. And when we were out there in Guadalajara, I brought a buddy with me, and he kind of knows how I look at her and her skill set. And when we pull up to the restaurant, they're out there at the pits and they're doing something. So I just get out and I'm showing them we're moving shit around and doing all this stuff. And he comes over there. He's like, "Hey, homie, look, she thinks the same thing about you." And I look over and then she's videoing. So it's just kind of cool, I guess. All right, so it's different, barbecue's getting its respect. So that's where, so I was able to, then I guess that award is made a little more sense then, because it really surprised me. I didn't feel like why the fuck am I getting a James Beard Award? That was crazy. But barbecue's getting taken a lot more seriously, and I'm doing it a little bit different. So I guess it started to make a little bit more sense. But I'm very, very, well, I was very surprised. I'm very proud about that one for sure.
Nice. And like I said, hearing about you, seeing, everything you accomplished, what it's well deserved. But like you said, yeah, it is nice that getting recognized.
Here's the next generation.
All right, nice. He's got you working hard?
Nah, he don't work too hard yet, but he works his ass off in jiu-jitsu, and he does his thing, that's for sure.
All right. If he ever needs a dummy, set him down to this one.
You mean up to New Hampshire?
Oh, he'll whip my ass. I ain't gonna lie to that. He'll get me on the mat, twist me up like a goddamn pretzel. I just say I'd pay good money to see him twist you up into oblivion, but that is what it is. All right, Trey. You're opening the brick and mortar. You need pits. Why this
for you?
Gentleman here? Obviously, you've worked with him in the past.
Yeah, as much as we'll joke around and talk shit about Ryan and just play around, but no, he's a bad motherfucker when it comes to pits. And when I first met him and saw those pieces that he built for Brad, and we were working on that 3-in-1, I knew I was really kind of bummed because I met him, I don't know, a few months after I just bought a fucking pit. And had I met him sooner, my first pit would have been, Ryan would have built that one for sure. But I always want when I'm able to get a couple of pits and I'm going to put them in a restaurant, it's going to be a backline. There was I wasn't fucking shopping around. I wasn't looking at anything else because I was very impressed with his work. And what I always say about Ryan is that, with his background, he puts a level of artistry in his pits that I don't see anywhere else. No one else is touching his pits. Every pit's a little bit different. Even that 3-in-1. There's no two of those damn 3-in-1s that are alike either. They all look better than mine now. No, but he's always getting better, always improving, always pushing the envelope, I saw that from the jump, and I've always talked him up, because
tell him that
work is bad.
Tell him that story when you called me about that wedding.
Oh yeah, I told it. Well, I was telling that,
and we didn't have shit lined up, and I said, "What'd I tell you?" I go, "When's that wedding?" You go, "Oh, whatever date." I said, "I'll have a 375 ready for you by that day." And you go, "Are you sure?" And I said, "It'll be there for that wedding." And what happened? I backed that fucker down that driveway, and you were like, "He showed up."
It was already dark, and he had just finished wiring that fucker up and brought it straight over. Yeah, he did me a huge solid on that. We had a really fun weekend that weekend, and I was telling him the story before we even got online. Yeah, just about Eric and just that whole wedding and the whole thing. That was a fucking blast. That was a good time.
Well,
he really hooked it up by loaning the kid, bringing it out.
Here's the part we didn't think of. We're at this wedding. It's at a house, right? And the driveway is pitched about like this, right? So I put the trailer down. We went all the way to the bottom of the driveway. We unhooked it. Everything's fine. We take off. I don't know, early the next morning before I came back, Trey sends me a picture of him with the coffee mug. And I go, "What are you doing?" And they were cooking so much food, and we didn't even really think twice about it. But there was so much grease coming off the food that it was like, I don't know what, Trey, a quarter inch away from pouring all the grease into the firebox.
Yeah.
Oh.
because there was
the drain was on the front side.
Yeah,
On
the
the
drain
front.
on the front side.
So the drain's here. Oh shit!
I mean, you have one of my trailers. I do that on
Yeah.
the drain's always on the front anyway, so that you could always lower the tongue and get everything out, right? But we didn't know we were going to be on like a 85-degree pitched fucking driveway. But he took a coffee mug and he's hauling all this grease out of the back of that fucking pit. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, dude. And he's
Yeah,
like,
I got a good picture of that. I'll dig through it and send that one to you. I post it every St. Patrick's Day. It's like because the cup's green. It's like a
Cheers.
and no one knows what's in there, but a big ass pile of grease.
Yeah, bunch of
Grease. Oh,
yeah,
that's hilarious.
That could have been really ugly because it was all grass and that. I remember the fucking pool house that they had us in was like 1,500 square feet or something.
This place was gorgeous, man.
It's probably bigger than that.
It was huge. It had to be. No, it was way more than 1,500 square feet. It was big.
Yeah, it was nuts.
That was a cool place, man. Yeah.
That was a fun party.
Yeah. You're like, hey, man, you want to come and hang out and whatever? I'm like, no, dude, I'm not. By the way, he's like, dude, come and hang out. And I'm like, all right. So I went back and, it was epic. And then that was the first time I ever seen Trey on the block.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen any of his videos of Trey on the block? Like, not pictures, but video?
No.
That's a whole, dude, you'll lose your goddamn mind. That fucking knife was going 100 miles an hour. And you're like, dude, how's this motherfucker not cut his arm off? You're like, what's going on over here? And there's just shit flying everywhere. And it's like, and people are in line. He went through, there was fucking 35, 40 people in line. And that line was gone in like 4 minutes. It's like, that's how fast he was fucking cutting shit up.
Yeah,
wow.
That's fun. I mean,
it blew my mind, dude. I was like, this guy's fucking. That's like really. That was like one of the first times we actually like hung out, right, Trey?
Yeah.
Besides at the shop, but that was like a hangout. That was the first time we were outside of like. I mean, he was working. I was just over there drinking free beer.
Yeah, we were having fun because it was showtime at that point, and that's the thing. You know, when I started, I was on the block very early on, and I learned from who I think was the best, my friend Don, and because I was a shy kid, and he was up there talking shit and playing around and just putting on a damn show and having fun and cracking jokes, and a lot of the shit talking that I got was from him. Between him and my dad, I got all my shit talking from. But Don was good, man, and I learned a lot from him. He kind of, being on the block, he really, it kind of got me out of my shell as a kid because I was shy as a kid, and it's just kind of natural and fun, you know. But you did all the hard work, you're cooking all the food, you did all that shit, and now you get to the point where you're serving it. It's just kind of showtime at that point. You're playing around and joking and just having fun.
You're serving people, they're coming up. You're like, oh, did the wind just pick up? Trey knows what I'm talking about.
That's a story that we can tell off there.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Trey knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Best nickname ever.
But no, you know, Trey, I have to agree with you. You know, we do bust balls a lot and rib each other, and you know the name calling, and you know, we have a lot of fun with it. But you know, I also cook on a back line, and I won't cook on anything else. It's mine's an absolute dream, you know, to see what it started as, because eventually I got all the pictures, because it was a little secret that him and my wife went behind my back, you know, and I guess I see, this is what I'm saying, you know, when your wife and your friend, you know, go behind your back. On this one, it worked out well for me.
This time it worked out well for you.
That was the baby. That was the baby he wanted.
Yeah, right. But no, this everybody, the pit's known as Miss Mary, and it's a dream. It is almost set it and forget it. That the engineering he put into it, like you had said, the care and the wild design and all this. Trey, it doesn't matter if it's 100 degrees out here or if it's 0. That pit is cooking and sitting at 300. Doesn't matter. If I want to drop to 275, I open the grease trap. Just enough air in there, drops it to 275, and she'll sit there. And she'll sit there all day long. Every hour, boom, another split. Granted, on this one, there's so much damn insulation in that firebox. You can change a baby on the firebox.
Yeah.
I got a picture. I have to find it. It was my first winter up here with it, and it was Christmas Day. It is -3 degrees. It's snowing. She's sitting at 300 degrees. The pit itself has the water droplets from the snow melting, except the firebox. The firebox has an inch or 2 of snow on it because it's that insulated. It's just the outside is staying cold. But there's a fire literally underneath it, and it's not doing anything. But no, those pits, the backline pits, and his engineering, and like you said, every one of them is different. I have the competition pit. Mr. Barton, Jonathan, JB just jumped in there. Brian Newsland, yep, never heard of her, absolutely. But he's had a couple competition pits. They're competition, but they're all a little different. Like I know mine, I was the first one with a new type of intake. Letting the air, new design on that, and JB had a couple different things. They're all a little different, but they all cook like dreams. So I don't blame you one bit by when you were trying to do this pit for the restaurant that you're going to him. Like I said, all the fun and games and name calling and joke busting aside, he is a mad scientist when it comes to pit building.
And aside from that,
checks on the mail.
That too is, again, mention the background of that element of show that we bring. He's putting that other element in it too, right? So there's some damn good looking pits, and they stand out. And
I've never seen on social media. And it blows my mind, and I'm super proud of him. I have never seen as many pictures of those two pits anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're hands down the most photographed pits.
Dude,
I'll argue that till the sun comes up.
Yeah, someone else is tagging it. There's pictures. It's like, holy shit. It's like, who are these people? It's like, fuck, but they're tagging me. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll take it, It's crazy the amount of attention they get. And that kid Austin that did all the graffiti on them, he's a bad son of a bitch, man, because those came out beautiful.
Yeah, I still didn't meet
and anybody
I never met him.
And anybody who might not know what we're talking about and is watching here, and it's been on the social medias, but we'll try to cut that glare. There we go. There they are. 2 1,000 gallons. Aztec.
The feet are the best part.
The Aztec paint job. Why the hell is this all of a sudden reflecting
It's
now?
going to the fire.
God damn it. Oh, that's why. It shut the hell off, dumbass.
I think those feet are the best spot on that pit.
Those yeah. That's really fucking cool.
Let's talk about the design of these. Now, Trey, you guys, obviously Ryan's building the pits. Tell him what you want. How did the Aztec theme come about?
Well, he wanted wieners. He wanted wieners, and I'm like, dude, we got to do some tough shit, dog. Like, we got to do some tough shit. And he kept going for wieners, and I said, no, dude, we're doing Aztec.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, I've always been fascinated by it. Just the history, the culture, the art, everything about it, and the little bit of element of Chicano that we're putting into our barbecue, and I don't know, it just worked. I just thought they were cool. Fits with our theme, fits with our vibe. Yeah. I just it's always been something I've that's drawn my attention's always been drawn to it. So it just seemed to work, seemed to fit.
No,
I sent him
absolutely.
a lot of pictures of with low riders and some motorcycles and shit. I just sent him some inspirational pictures, whether they were color schemes or different things, and and Ryan's really about the only one that I would trust just to send some loose parameters and some inspiration to, and let him run with it without being involved in the process. So that says a lot about what I think of him, just to really allow that. Hey, yeah, I'm going to drop, this much damn money and not really take part in the design process, which is fucking crazy. So that says a lot about how much I think of Ryan just to do that.
No, 100%, 100%. So Ryan, on these pits, what went into it? Getting the paint. I know you always add without telling.
Yeah,
And so then it's that little bit of a surprise. And
Trey had,
were the lights part of it to begin with?
never,
Or was that something you zipped in?
No, I added that. Trey, the one thing that he said he wanted 100% somewhere was the Aztec God of Fire. And that's the one that I found he's the one that's cut out in the feet of the pit. So basically we put him on facing each other. So they're mirror image of each other. So they face each other. And he had no idea they were coming. I did send him one picture of the plate cut out, but he didn't see the shape or anything. He could just see the image. And I think I even had to explain what it was because I was so tight on the picture so that he wouldn't see anything else. And then coming into back, I was just going to at first just put like something like a different color maybe behind it. And then I was like, man, you know what? I'm going to put some frosted Lexan in here and I'm going to light these fuckers. And we put RGB LED, like a rock kit that like you can get for like your Jeep or off-road vehicle. And they have it to where we set them up. I was able to do like a yellow to orange to red fade. So it looks like flames are burning behind the thing. Is it still flickering, Trey, or is it set on the solid?
It's solid now.
Oh, okay.
Next over, I'll get you to fuck with it. I tell everybody, me and technology aren't that great, so I'm still cooking with fire. I can't do all that shit.
Well, we went to the friends
and phone like the upper left screen.
We went to the friends and family soft opening, up there in Allen, and we're walking around. Everything's cool as shit. And I look at Trey, I go, dude, why are the legs not on? Like, why are the lights not on? He goes, I don't know. I said, I'm going to go check. I said, dude, they're not even plugged in. He goes, well, there's plugs back there. I said, give me a fucking screwdriver. So he went in his office and he gave me a drill. I climbed on the floor of the pit room. I took the back of the plates off. I plugged them in and both sides. And then we still didn't have any power. And I go, Trey, they're plugged in, but there's no power. I said, I don't know what's happening. I said, they're either fucked or there's no power. And after we left, I guess they found out there was a breaker that was specifically put in for those, and that breaker was off. As soon as they flipped it on, they came back on. And I think they've been on ever since.
Oh, yeah. They hadn't turned off.
So it's
That's
pretty funny.
Crazy.
But I might that remote and get that fire going again.
Yeah, no, that's a cool feature. But yeah, so the lights and the whole feet thing, Trey had no idea about. Which I guarantee him and all the guys that put it in were motherfucking me the whole time because there was no skids, which makes it 20 times harder to move.
Man, that was fucking crazy seeing him put it. Holy shit.
Yeah. But then we added like the plate on the top, like on the top of the firebox. That he didn't know about that either. Like that was a cool thing. I think that plate is one of my favorite parts, to be honest with you, minus the feet. The plate came out pretty sweet. Oh, man. Then I sent Trey a picture. I don't know why I sent you a picture. I'm glad I did. I sent him a picture of the firebox, and he called, and he sent me a text. He goes, dude, that's the wrong logo. And I go, fuck off. No, it's not. And he goes, yeah, and he sent me another one. I had his old font for the Vaqueros, and I didn't have the new one, or I had the new one, and I don't know, something got flipped. So the whole firebox was cut out already. Like, You could go to the pit right now and take that plate off, and it shows the old fucking logo on it. So I had to make now a plate, drill and tap it, and do a bolt in of the new. Oh man,
The
I
new
thought he was
logo.
Yeah, I thought he was fucking with me, and then he sent me a picture, and I go, "Oh my god!"
I think
I'm
I
like,
sent you the screenshot of our fucking messages.
"Oh yeah, yeah." He sent me. I'm like, "You're full of shit," and he sent me the screenshot, and I was like, "Dude, my bad." So yeah, that was a on the fly repair we had to do real quick.
Man, you know something? You got a history of, fucking up text messages, dude.
No, Trey was supposed to be on like 3 weeks ago. Then you changed it, and then it was last week, and then you changed it again, and now it's this week. So now we're back on track. So let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, do you know why? Because neither one of us talked to you this week. We're good.
Yeah, see.
in the one
I got
day
a
you
call from you
weren't
at
opening your
I
mouth.
got a call from you at 6 a.m. What? It's the day of, and you haven't called me yet?
No. You got a call from me at 7 a.m., son. Might happen to be 6 a.m. your time. It was still 7 o'clock here. I called you at 7 o'clock. I waited till after 6. It might have been my 6 that I waited for, but it is what it is.
I was on my way to Bangers anyway, so I had shit to do this morning.
But, these pits are absolutely massive. Now, Trey, what went in, like you said, watching these guys move these things, what went into getting them in the pit room? Or did you place them, then build the pit room?
Yeah,
so are these
all the
ever
way
getting taken out of this room?
Yeah, pit room was there, but we didn't close it off yet. So they came in, and then it was closed off. Yeah,
But they wheeled them in from the back, though, like from the back of the restaurants where they came in from.
No, they came in the front side.
No, I thought they came in from the way back where the loading thing is.
No,
I thought that's the video I saw was from the back.
No, that was from the front. They had those
okay.
cranes out and
thank God. I'm like, they wheeled those all the way across the restaurant. That was a heavy son of a bitch.
I've got a lot of video and photos of the whole process. It was just wild. Still the one that they're up on this crane, just dangling on the crane with these straps.
Oh.
Guy underneath it, like moving it around. He was right underneath that motherfucker. Yeah, it was.
Oh my God, my blood pressure just rose listening to that.
Just imagine how much money was just floating up in the air right there. I bet Trey's butthole was puckered like crazy.
It was a pretty interesting day, that's for sure. Yeah, it was.
Well, you're right there in that shopping mall too. So I bet you there's a bunch of spectators and shit too. What the hell's going on over here? Yeah. And then people going, "What the hell are those?" Like, exactly. They look like missiles. They look like missiles coming in.
Fucking rocket ships in the air. Yeah.
And we did, you don't have bolting stacks. So a lot of times when things are going into different pit rooms, the stacks will bolt on. These are welded on. Right? Your stacks were solid, right? Because we made sure that they were under certain things and they would fit under the hood or whatnot.
Right.
For that crazy exhaust system you have. What's it, the sniffer?
The smoke
what do they call it? The scrubber, yeah. Yeah, Mags. Next time you're down here, if you ever make it down here again, we got to go up to Trey's because you'll shit if you go in there.
Oh no, absolutely.
What's that pit room? 65 degrees year round.
75.
75. Shoo! No one cooks in 75 degrees year round without humidity.
It's a controlled environment in there. I mean, with all the vent hoods and all that air being sucked up and out of there, there's 60 tons of conditioned return air being pumped back in. So we're always cool, we're always comfortable, we're always dry.
But Trey ain't no bitch though. He's used to the summers in that trailer where the ACs were shutting off because
I paid my fucking dues. That's for sure.
It's well earned, man. Well deserved. Too.
Yeah, a lot of these kids, a couple of the new pit guys that have come in here, they have no idea what they're stepping into, getting spoiled from the jump.
Yeah, if they ever go to a different restaurant, man, they're screwed.
Rude awakening, that's for sure.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Jeff Costa, Waypoint Barbecue. What's happening, brother? No, now the pit room. Now, when you were having that built, I know my friend Kyle from Your Behind Barbecue. He opened a place down in Florence, Arizona, within the past couple years. And man, he bought an existing restaurant, and he went through hell and high water. Like the town was making shit up as they fucking went along. They'd give him this list right here, okay, and he had it all checked off. Then all of a sudden, oh yeah, I did everything you want. Okay, you need to do this one too. Did you run into any of that?
Dude, we were
town and political bullshit.
It was insane. I mean, we were delayed for over a year.
He's gonna rear naked choke you. Watch out, man. He's gonna pin you up and put you down.
Yeah, we were delayed for a year, and because we originally were going to be outside like normal people, and this is what I tell everybody when they come in the pit room. They get this whole story. It turned out that was an electrical easement. We had a lease signed and everything, and we couldn't build there. So at the center, they suggested that we build an outdoor pit room in the parking lot, which could have been kind of cool. Glad we didn't, because now I think it would have just confused people. People have been trying there and would never found the damn restaurant. But at that point, the health inspector comes in. She's like, well, how are you going to get the meat from all the way out there to in here? Like, on a cart. Well, what if it's raining? Well, then we'll cover it. And honest to God, this is what she tells me. Well, what if you get it inside and remove the cover and a water droplet gets on the meat and contaminates all of it?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Exactly. So I tell her, so I guess we're not doing that. What do you propose? And then it was indoor. And then comes fire, who thought we were going to burn down the entirety of fucking Collin County by having a pit room indoors. They just didn't get it. And at one point we pulled out. We pulled out of the project. Like, no, fuck this. This is ridiculous. And next thing we knew, the mayor called a meeting, and we're in the firehouse with the head of every department, like the building codes. I mean, all of these department heads in this meeting about this fucking pit room and doing this project. And we ended up working it out. But we built a 2-hour fire rated room. We've got 3 windows in there. Originally, there was going to be 4 bigger windows and then the entire front glass. Because when you walk in the shopping center, you look in the front and it's a wall of windows. We got the bid for the fucking fire rated glass for this room, and it was $90,000.
Oh,
yeah, we're like, no, fuck that. And then they came back and said, well, the front glass, since it's not connected to an adjoining building and it's not within a certain proximity to a neighboring building, you don't have to fire rate that. So then we cut the windows down from 4 to 3 and shrunk them, and it dropped that cost way, 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 way down. But yeah, it was a lot of shit, and we were held up for over a year and tried to pull out and got pulled back in, and it was a trip. But I just posted a picture today of the fire chief and the fire marshal and the whole damn fire department was in there having lunch the other day, and they're all super cool. I remember during the opening, the fire chief was in there. It's like he had a beer and he's waving. It's like, man, I like you a lot more when you got a beer in your hand and you're out of that uniform.
Not a clipboard.
So no, they're super cool guys. They're all good. They didn't quite get what we were doing. Everybody understands that now we're all friends and we're there. But I don't know that we'd do that again. And we wouldn't have set out to do it that way. We're just the only ones stupid enough to go ahead and see it through and do that. But in the process, we got probably, I think it's the most unique pit room in barbecue. There ain't anything else like it. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
I remember during this, Trey calls me and he goes, hey, man, what temperature is that paint rated for? And I go, well, I don't know. It could probably do 400. I mean, no one cooks at 400. Why? What's the problem? And he goes, well, we got an issue. He goes, we got to do this test because it needs to be, what was it, Trey? UL?
We had to UL list these pits. We had to fly a guy in from fucking Wisconsin. And do this. He ran these fire tests. He had probes and shit all over the place, and we had to crank them up to 450 degrees for I think 6 hours. Something ridiculous.
Tell him too. Well, keep telling the story, but then tell him too. The only thing that was holding you back from passing at that one point
was the fucking handle on the firebox. Ryan, we got all these badass pits. Why are you putting this shitty little handle on here, man? But we went to Home Depot and got some.
I got the fucking scars to prove it.
And some heat gloves and some insulation, some kind of fire rated insulation, and wrap those fucking handles. All right, will this work? And okay, cool. So those pits are UL listed now too.
So Trey tells me, he goes, "Man, what's up with these handles? They're so hot." And I gave him my normal response. I said, "I don't build pits for pussies." So
No, that's.
He didn't tell me. He didn't tell me that the UL fucking people were like putting a probe on it because they're hot as shit. I mean, mine gets hot as fuck. I have
mine
sleeve on mine. I tried to get some made for Trey, but that deal kind of went south. I still need to figure that out. But I mean, 99.9% of every fucking pitmaster I've ever seen has a little white rag sticking out their back pocket. Pop the door open with that, you know.
Yeah, or your shoes.
That's it. I literally keep I keep a pair of Al's gloves on the back end in the cooler basket there that you built on the right side. I literally keep a pair of Al's gloves there to tend the fire and to open the pit. You know, and if I'm running around like around here or whatever, you know, I might not have them there. But Lodge made these little silicone booties, if you will, for the cast iron handles. Snip the end of that sumbitch and just slide it right on, and boom, boom, boom. But that handle, man. Ooh,
that was definitely
many
an
of these
on my part. Definitely an
Trey,
oversight. I mean, they look cool.
Oh no, it's badass. Trey, you said something that caught my attention. What the hell is a 2-hour fire rating?
The room could be on fucking fire for 2 hours before the windows
breaks.
Could exit that room. Yeah, and I remember, man. So I partnered with this group, right?
Holy shit!
The CEO tells the fire chief, he's like, "Look, y'all are 15 minutes away. If it takes you 2 hours to get here, we got bigger fucking problems." Oh, it pissed them all off at that point. I think that delayed the process even more. But that shit was funny.
That went from 6 months to 12.
You will retain that fire for 2 hours before the walls give or glass breaks or whatever.
Holy shit! Wow.
There's an office building right above us. So there's offices right above that pit room. There's about 40 feet of ducts that are running out for the ventilation to go up and out, and it's crazy. I wish the health department didn't have us put in that drop-in ceiling, because the duct work above that pit room is so badass looking. It's super cool looking. There's 40 feet of it too, but they made us put it.
Wow, that's wild.
What I don't think Mags knows is that entryway, right, Trey? That was a breezeway, like in between two buildings that you guys are now part of the restaurant. Is that accurate?
Yep. Yeah.
So now it's enclosed as the restaurant.
Yeah, but it's all considered an outdoor space. It's not conditioned. Cool. The breezeway areas. But yeah, we took over an existing restaurant. The space in between buildings was just storage, so we took that, and then we took half of that next building, which is where the windows, where you see the front side of the pit room that extends to the back.
Nice. Now, you put on classes at the restaurant. Now, are you? If you take the classes, are the students literally hands-on on the pits too? And what do the classes that you're putting on entail?
So Yeah, it was funny, man. As I mentioned it early on, taught the classes in Guadalajara and in the Philippines, and I'd never taught one in my own damn restaurant. And I'm not the most organized person in the world. I was kind of waiting to put together some materials and this, that, and the other. Finally, I said, fuck it. I just need to do these classes. And I spent 14 years as a teacher too. So it's just kind of natural to teach a barbecue class. And ours is very hands-on, more so in the trimming and preparation of the meats and everything. And we'll get into the pits, but we take it from brisket A to Z. We see it through, and I'll have some on the pits at different stages. So, they'll see them at different stages of the cook, because it's only a 4-hour class. I ain't gonna be in there 12 hours. Yeah. So, but yeah, we limited it to 10 people, and I'll set up blocks. I've got two prep tables in that pit room, and I'll set up blocks on there, and people will trim. The whole thing's taught in the pit room, so everybody's in that room, and it's been pretty good. We're about to have our third. We've only done 2 of them so far, and our third one's coming up. And yeah, they're a lot of fun, especially keeping them small, so it's more hands-on. And that's the feedback that I've gotten so far, is that they've never taken a class like that. That it was so hands-on, not just sitting there listening to someone talk about shit and writing it down. They're doing it.
Oh, nice. Nice. Ryan, that sounds like a weekend, brother. I don't know about you.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. You know what to do. You're the one who got me to pit, so you know who to call and work your magic. And next thing you know, I'm heading to Texas.
Let's go. Let's do it.
You got a better chance than I do to get the yes out of that.
Plus, I know people. We might get front row seats.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, if y'all want to, we can do that any number of ways. Y'all want to come, any time. I did one. This one guy wasn't able to make the class, and he was from out of town, and so I had him just come in a day, and he worked like half a day with me, just side by side. I opened up that morning, so he was trimming. He was in the pits. He got more hands on than anybody, and. Yeah, I actually saw him out at the Troubadour Festival too. He was out there, but yeah, that was kind of cool. So I mean, and that's the other thing is taking. So I've done the 2, and it's a pretty similar agenda, I guess, to be able to probably want to do a few more before I start doing more advanced stuff where it's more hands-on pit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I want to. Just something that we started pretty recently, and that I'm really enjoying doing, and plan to do more of, and we'll just see where it evolves.
Now you do all of the teaching in the classes, right? You're not just the face, and then somebody else is doing it for you.
No, it's all me. It's all me. I've got some other guys in there kind of helping and stuff, but it's me. And
but it's not one of those things where it's being promoted. Oh yeah, come work with fucking Trey over here at Vaqueros, and then they show up and they're like, "Here's Billy. He's going to show you guys how to do it." Trey had a jerk off session to go do, like whatever.
I'll tell you what, everyone that's taking my class, I give them my fucking phone number too, and it's like, hey, if you get it in there and you're cooking, you're doing some shit, and you get yourself into buying, I might not, answer the call or respond right away, but I wouldn't give it to you if I wasn't for real about it. And I had couple of people calling me and sending me pictures of their cook and the process and asking if they're doing some shit right, and I don't mind doing that. So yeah, I mean, we it's me. It's me in there doing it. Sure.
That's cool, because sometimes you get involved in some shit like that, and it's like the old bait and switch where you think you're getting something, and then you show up and it's like, then it's always the excuse. Oh, he had something pop up real quick, but that's like the way they do every weekend, and it's like you never get the real deal.
No, it's 100%. Yeah, we're in there doing all of it.
That's good.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I enjoy it, and it was pretty cool too. Because I remember the first one we were doing some raffles, and I had Turtle Box donated a speaker for the raffle at the first one. The last one, the winner ended up winning a in-home bourbon tasting from a bourbon sommelier, and so we've offered some pretty cool raffle prizes. And then we start the day. We got Cafe de Olla and breakfast tacos would start. Then we kind of go out there and talk about pits and fires and get back in the pit room doing stuff. When we end the day with beers and barbecue, so you're getting a lot of food and get some swag, and it's been pretty cool. So I'm really enjoying the classes.
How long do the classes take from
4
start
hours.
to finish?
We do 10 to 2.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 to 2, and then another buddy that he's probably going to come out to one of these other ones, but his business is cigars, and so yeah, we've ended some of these classes just on the patio smoking cigars and bullshitting after we eat, and just kind of hanging out a little bit. So
What are you laughing at, Mags? Did someone just tickle your pickle or what?
Chef Johnny, don't give Mags your number because he will have you on speed dial. Well, this just shows how old fucking Chef is at this point. Sorry, Miss Libby. But Chef, the phones are all friggin' speed dial now. Technically, they are. It's, instead of number 1, you just hit Chef Johnny, and next thing you know, I'm calling you at 10 o'clock at night in Rome when you're on vacation, waking your ass up in the hotel. But that's a different story for a different time. But funny guys, this is why I love my boys. This is why I love my boys. Yeah. Oh God. But no, like I said, Trey, I've heard great things. Ryan's been telling me about you forever, and we got it hooked up. And man, I can't wait to get down there, check everything out, see everything firsthand, and check this pit room out, brother. But man, thank you so much for taking the time to join me and give me the rundown on everything, about you and how this all came to be, and how that one got involved in it too.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite people in the game down there.
It is. No, it is.
My man.
Like I said, I love breaking his balls, but I'm giving him
he brings that on himself. He does.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he encourages it. It's acceptable with it.
Trey,
I've only had one other friend in my life that was like that, in the sense that he almost just begged for you to talk shit to. And yeah, I wish you and my buddy Gary could have met. That'd have been just too damn much. Honestly, I don't know that. Yeah, that'd have been fun.
Did you ever tell? Did you tell Mags that story about Eric?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you did?
When he answered the phone?
Yeah. And you were like, this son of a bitch is fast.
Yeah, that's
and you know what my response was? Yep, that checks out. That checks the boxes. That sounds about right.
That was about that first 5 minutes before this went live. He heard that story.
I would, Trey. I would be amiss.
Oh, there's a couple of more from that catering that you need to hear off of the podcast.
Okay,
too.
We're looking forward to it.
Without little Ethan in the other room.
I somehow. Does that have anything to do with
wind?
Yeah, everything to do with wind.
I somehow wound up on Ryan's Christmas list.
Oh yeah.
So I get a Christmas present every year from Ryan.
I don't get anything from you, but that's fine.
Thousands and thousands of dollars worth of pin. I ain't got shit for Christmas from that motherfucker. God damn.
Trey,
my friendship, buddy.
Trey,
you want some of this, Trey?
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Be careful what you wish for.
Oh no.
So the first year I got a Christmas ornament. Okay, it was wood, like lasered in wood of let's just say a certain part of a male body with
that had your logo on
in action. Okay, it had my logo. The second year was another one snowflake themed, but each point of the snowflake was said part of the body with the logo smack in the middle. And then I got 2 lovely pit towels, with one with a bunch of different things, one with the backline logo. That was fantastic. Fast forward to this past Christmas.
This is the best one.
Now he's working in plastic. Okay. So I got a small one of the snowflakes. I got a big one of the snowflakes. I got a metal, which was badass, metal cutout of the Grinch.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, be careful what you wish for, Trey. I also thought we like to have one, Trey. We like to have a little, like you said, a little swig, make the blood flow. But he was so nice enough to engrave it and personalize it to me. Be careful what you wish for.
Oh, that would be regifted.
No, it's got his name on it.
Because it's got my freaking name on it. But he just he all the stories check out.
If you want on the list, Trey,
that is
I can
great.
put you on the Christmas list. Yeah, if you want on the Christmas list, I can put you on.
Yeah, maybe so. I'll get some electrical tape and some Sharpies and re-gift some stuff. Maybe.
Yeah, there we go. Give it to Eric.
Shit. Oh, shit. Well, boys, I appreciate you. Like I said, Trey, thank you so much. You've been so generous with your time. Like I said, I'll try to work something out with this one down here and come and visit you, check everything out firsthand. But like I said, continued success, brother. And thank you so much. This was a blast.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Look forward to actually meeting you. Let me know when you make it our way.
Absolutely. All right, hang on, guys. Let me just close this out because I got to hear one of these off-record stories. Those are the ones that are the best. Well, what's Steve saying? No witnesses for the win? Something like that?
Are you even able to tell the win story, Trey?
Well, I'm going to have to tell these little shits to go. Well, yeah. There's so much stories about these kids, shit they've been doing here lately that it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah.
Well, that's it for this week, folks. All right. I'd like to thank you all for joining us. Catch the video on Facebook and YouTube. On YouTube, hit that subscribe button. You have all the episodes right at your fingertips, not going anywhere. Facebook is deleting all live videos after 30 days. But YouTube, you'll have everything right there. Catch the audio wherever audio podcasts are found. Apple, Google, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitch, iHeartRadio, wherever audio podcasts are found, I'm there. Any questions, please send them to pitlifebbqpodcast@gmail.com. Like always, subscribe, rate, and review. Hit that share button. Next week, I am joined by my man, Big Rome. We're going to be doing some catching up with him and everything he's got going on. And that is getting to be quite the laundry list. Good for him. He's working his hustle. And we're also going to be joined by two friends of his, Troy and Jim, about they have an upcoming event coming up, little festival involved with, military charities along those lines. So we'll get into all of that next week with Big Rome and them. So, again, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. And until next week, keep the smoke rolling.